Is there a universe outside of Bravo?
Did we miss the training manual to our 30s?
No. Are they for real?
Thank God for our girlfriends. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Structured Chaos with Kelly and Kyra. We hope that you had a great week and that you're ready to laugh about how none of us have it figured out.
Hello.
Ooh, that was a nice hello. It sounded like a nursery rhyme song, you know, like in like the beginning of a show, like a kid show, like they're like, hello, 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 you know?
Oh, I should practice my backwards nursery rhymes like, oh,
Name that nursery rhyme, everyone.
If you know, you know. If you don't
First
know,
person to
then...
guess it right gets to go on the San Diego Scout. On the San Diego Scout's next adventure. Name that tune. It's a new segment we're doing.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, how was your week, Kyra?
My week was good. I was dog sitting at the end of last week, and then I am currently dog sitting right now again. And going well, you know. I missed like the rainy days, so that's good because they like to have an umbrella over them. Like you have to like walk them out and put the umbrella over them. So I'm very glad I missed that whole thing. Update on love. You know, we're taking it day by day.
Okay.
He's really, really, really kind. I like was like telling Kelly things like throughout the week. Came and spent a couple of days with me, and I think that like I'm like perfectly fine with things like that because I think it like allows you to really see someone and like experience them. And going back to like I date often, so like my gut and intuition are kind of like pretty always on.
Yeah.
So many great attributes about him. Time will tell because there's, you know, we all have room for improvement.
Totally.
So we shall see. Lakers, they lost last night, ended their 8-game winning streak. They lost to the Celtics, which is even worse because it's like the rivalry. And we were down by like 21 points at one point. We came back within 4 in the fourth quarter. And I was like, all right, we're going to do this. Like, we're going to win because on Thursday night's game, it was really, really good. They came back and beat the Knicks in overtime. And so I was like, okay, we're about to see it again. And we didn't. And LeBron got hurt. He hurt his groin. It's like an ongoing thing with him. So he's out for the next 1 to 2 weeks. This is like a very...
Welcome to the Space Jam.
So Luka. And that's the thing.
Welcome to the Space Jam. All right.
So that's like kind of like listen, if he's going to get injured, this is the time to do it because while this is an important time, it's not playoffs. So I'd rather have him healthy for playoffs because we're not going to have to be in the play-in tournament because the Lakers are going hopefully to the Western Conference Finals. We'll see, but I would really, really love that. They're definitely going to the playoffs. And, you know, I think it's a good opportunity to see what the Lakers look like post LeBron era because, I mean, he's not going to be around forever and Luka's our new guy.
Is this like March Madness?
That's college basketball.
Oh. Is that happening right now for college?
It is going to start soon. So what they do leading up to March Madness is like your conference, individual conferences have tournaments. So like UConn's like in the Big East tournament. And so that goes on and then Selection Sunday, then it starts.
Is UCSD in that?
I don't believe so.
I think we're really good this year.
Yeah, but just because you're good doesn't mean you qualify for the March Madness tournament. So like a lot of the times too, like people will like pending how other teams do in the tournaments leading up to it, they might be able to secure a spot. Yeah, so it's like it's different. Like if you're really really good, yes, you're in, you know, but I haven't heard a thing about UCSD. So
What about SDSU? They're usually
yep.
in it, right?
Mm-hmm. They
Okay.
are, and they lose to the Yukon Huskies every time.
So wait, do we know right at this point who's in March Madness or not yet?
I mean, yeah, for the most part, yes. Other than like a few of the bottom teams, yeah.
Okay.
So Selection Sunday is Selection Sunday today. Sorry, we're recording a day earlier.
I want to look it up.
Yeah, it's either this week or next
Only
week.
because I've
No,
been
it's got to be next week.
hearing
It's got to be next week.
I've been hearing a lot about okay, wait.
And men's basketball and women's basketball are different.
Finally eligible for March Madness, Division One's most unlikely success story to prove it's not done yet. This is
UCSD?
not about UCSD. I clicked
okay.
on oh wait. How UC San Diego emerged as an NCAA tournament contender in first year of eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a yes or no question. Like, are they in it or not? That's all I want to know. Because they just became D1 like a couple of years ago, like UCSD. So that's why I was like, are they? They entered the season, picked to finish third in the Big West, blah, 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 blah. Are they freaking in it? They have won 11 consecutive games. It's by far the best team in Division One at both taking care of the ball on offense and forcing errors on defense.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Who wrote this article? That's a lie.
They're the number one in the nation.
UCSD is not the number one in the nation.
Well ahead of Marquette.
Okay.
They're the third in Division One. Still didn't answer my question. That was a Forbes article. From 3 days ago. So I still don't know the answer, but it says how a former D2 team became a March Madness threat.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it seems like maybe. I don't know. Remember when I asked you if you knew that guy that I met when I was young and you didn't know who he was? And I was like, oh, you're not a fan?
Yes, but I did know who he was.
That will be in the carousel. What's his name?
Thinking.
He's a coach in Arizona.
Yeah.
And his brother is like is the UConn coach, right? Or
Hurley. Yeah, Dan Hurley's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Dan Hurley's father, wasn't it?
No, brother.
Okay.
He used to play for the Kings, but then he got in a car accident and it ended his career. But I met him like when I was little. We went to like a Kings signing, and he was like, I have a picture with him and whatever. And then he stopped playing, and then now he coaches for Arizona. Anyways, it was just funny because I was like,
well, and it was also funny because like she sent me the picture, and like in my mind, like I am not I'm not thinking that Kelly's ever making a sports reference. So like my mind just like wasn't there. And
even though I was wearing a Kings jersey and it was like a whole Kings thing, but no sports reference.
It's just like, if only there were signs, you know?
Right. If only it was like completely a Kings related thing. And I was featured in the Kings magazine. Right. And like
I needed you in air dunking. You know what I mean? Right. To like be like, oh, is she giving a sports reference?
Right.
You know?
No, I was just like, I was on like I was a full page spread in the Sacramento Kings magazine, and like we had season tickets like in the 90s when they were at the height. Like
Kelly used to be a model in East Bay magazines.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that in the carousel this week. My glory days of Sacramento Kings fandom.
Perfect.
because it was when they were the best. So it's like that was the time to be a Sacramento Kings fan.
There's a little scandal going on with the Sacramento Kings right now, because Jeremy Lamb, a former UConn basketball player, winner of the Big East tournament and men's national championship team with Kemba Walker, is dating the owner of the Kings' daughter. He no longer plays for the Kings, but they are saying that he could potentially be like behind the scenes, like making decisions on behalf of her. Like he's telling her what to do and what to say. So there's a
Do
big
the
scandal.
Maloofs still own the Kings?
No.
Did they own the Kings?
No, they did not own the Kings. What did they own? No, they did own the
They did own the Kings.
They own they're Vegas people.
No, they owned
Didn't they own the Palms?
Yes, and they owned the Kings.
Oh, okay. They don't anymore.
Okay.
Or they're at least like not like a majority owner.
Because I remember when Adrienne Maloof got on Real Housewives, I was like, oh, Jackie
brother. Christie's husband still coaches there.
Yeah. Okay. What else happened?
And then, I think the biggest takeaway from the week was our meeting with legal.
Yes. So we had our consult with our legal counsel. This is our first like big meeting as business owners.
It was cool.
And we still haven't signed our contract or talked about it for 1 second since our meeting or done any follow-up or anything.
I would say legal doesn't take us seriously.
Or believe in us at all.
And based on what Kelly and I negotiate, I might be poisoned. So
and we're unclear, like, whose side he would take.
It was sounding like mine.
It was.
And I can leverage cookies, so that's all it takes.
So basically, we had a meeting with our attorney, who happens to be my father. He wrote a like partnership agreement for us, and so we were just like going over that, and it was Kyra's first time like meeting my dad. It was on Zoom, and it was funny. He was just like going over the stuff with us and explaining things to us, and we were acting how we act right now, and he was
it
like,
turns out we're the problem.
Yes. And he was like explaining stuff to us, but then would like make a joke, but then like immediately go back to explaining. Which, I mean, he obviously is used to me, and he'd never met Kyra before, but Kyra is the same as me, like in this setting. So he would just like either ignore what we were saying, because that's what he does to me, because he's just like used to it, or he would like laugh and then just go right back to it. And so there was like one part that he was explaining like what happens if, one of us dies or whatever. And then, what happens to the business. And then he goes, there's like a couple different things. And then he goes, well, this one, I mean, you're already both there. And, if someone is mentally disabled, but that already applies to both of you. So it's just, okay. And then he's like, talking about like,
I just like that he sees us,
Yeah. He's like, yeah, this one would apply like if, you're getting really big, but yeah, we probably don't need to worry about that. Like, okay.
He did tell us to take out a life insurance policy. So, John Florio, if you're listening, you might have some new policy holders.
I'm like, I feel like that though.
And mine will be I'm going to make Kelly take one out for $5 million. And will I have a solo podcast? Maybe. Will it be in my studio that I can now fund because I became $5 million richer? Also, maybe.
But if you make me take it out, that means if I take it out for $5 million, that means I would kill you. Allegedly.
No, that means I would kill you so I can get the $5 million since you died.
That would mean you would take it out on me then. You would
No,
take
because
the
it'd be
policy
your
out.
life insurance policy.
Yeah, but you would have to take the policy out.
We're taking on behalf of our business.
Allegedly.
You can't just say allegedly if you don't know.
That's why I'm saying allegedly, because I don't know. Shoot.
Don't worry, John will add us. As soon as he hears this, he'll add us to his calendar and call us.
I don't know. I'm scared. So anyway, yeah, that was great. That'll be on the carousel. We took a pic. And yeah. So that was obviously part of my week as well. I pretty much just worked a lot this week and had a lot of random meetings. And then on Friday night, my friend Alex came over and we watched the Love is Blind finale. And I had a collab for the San Diego Scout with this, like, well, it's a restaurant, but they did a they wanted to do delivery for their pizza. Whatever, they're doing this new pizza delivery thing. So we did like a girls' night with that at my house, and that was on Friday night. So that was fun. And
Great. You had a great sunset.
yeah, it was really nice. It was perfect timing that like she got here and everything. And so we did that. And so that'll be like a cute video because I got some funny clips of us, like our actual reactions to what the people were saying like at the altar. And
that's fun.
We were actually like really shocked. Like it was just like funny what they were saying. So that was fun. And then, and the reunion is on today. Because, like Kyra said, we're recording on Sunday this week. So the reunion is on tonight for that. Love is Blind this season was like, meh.
I was going to say, what was your like final takeaway?
Only one couple got married.
Mm.
But like there was 4 weddings, but only one couple got married. It was just meh. It was, yeah.
I haven't even really like seen any like good stories other than everyone's white and boring and they all have weird relationships. The guys seem to have weird relationships with their sisters.
Yeah, there was a lot of sister stuff.
Yeah, that's basically all I got out of
there wasn't anything like two of the girls, it was all of the ones that said no, it was the girls that said no. And 2 of them, it was because of like the guys' political beliefs. They were like super conservative and I don't know. It was just meh.
Now, did you need me to reach out to anyone on behalf of you for your birthday in this cast or?
Oh,
no.
Hell no.
But you don't have a sister, so it's like, oh no, but it was weird with them with their sisters. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
And I can't.
No potential, like if they weren't weird.
No, there wasn't even anyone cute. No.
Mm.
Well, the one guy that got married was cute. He was like the cute one, but no. Okay. No. And then yesterday I went to brunch with my cousin. We went to Sugar and Scribe in La Jolla.
Looked so cute.
Oh, so cute. I've been wanting to go there forever. I can't believe I've never been.
So cute. It
was so cute, so delicious. So we had a great time. And just the food was delicious. It was really just an adorable place. And then my fam's in town. So yeah, just had dinner with them last night and hung out for a little bit. And so
did they ask about me?
Well, my dad did say, did you guys talk about like anything? And I was like, nope, we haven't said one word about it since we met with you. So yeah, that was it. He was like, okay. Yeah. And what else was I gonna say?
Went to dinner, hung out with them for a little while.
Yeah, I guess that's it. We had I was gonna say I did played pickleball last week, of course. Got a couple videos, but nothing interesting. We'll try again. Well, actually, tomorrow I play tomorrow, but neither of my friends that I would have take a video are going to be there, so won't get a video then.
Bring your tripod.
No. But
well, guys, I think
eventually...
that's week 3 of Kelly showing us how much she doesn't care about this podcast. So, like I said,
I'll try again.
You've been trying for 3 weeks. Those shoes.
That's how much I care.
Those shoes are going back.
I've been trying.
They're going back.
No,
They're getting returned.
I'm playing well. I just can't get a video because
then you owe every single one of our followers the amount that it costs for those shoes. So,
no,
yep.
I don't have it.
Well, okay, West.
No one has commented on our stuff saying they want a video. So
I believe I sent you.
Well, actually, only Joey did.
And I sent you a text.
I don't care. Text doesn't count.
Ooh, okay, everybody.
So thank you, Joey, who engaged on our content, because that's what I like to see.
He about died listening to your nail salon story. It was like I was literally dead. Oh my god! And then me and my nail girl talked about it.
Oh my god!
And so because I was like, oh my god! I said, my friend and I, we had this discussion on our episode this week, and she was laughing. She goes, "Why wouldn't she say something?" She was like, "She could have turned it to cold water." And I was like, "I know that." And she knows that.
I know that.
I was like, but she still didn't. And she goes, "She kept her feet in," and I was like, She not only didn't say anything, she also kept her feet in and burned herself willingly.
Mm-hmm. The girl wasn't even standing there. She had walked away and was like doing other things. She wasn't even like ready to start my pedicure yet. She had just put the water on so that I could start
Kelly's just blistering.
Yes, there was legitimately no reason for me to keep my feet in. But, this is what I was going to say, because when I posted that story, so my friend Taylor, who I had referenced last week, she messaged me and she was like, "Oh my God, did you tell Kyra about the time that you got a chemical burn?" And when she says that time, it was like 6 months ago. I literally completely forgot about this, and I can't believe I didn't say it. I'll tell it really quick, but I got like a burn on my foot from the stuff that they put on like to soften when they do like your calluses. They like scrub your calluses or whatever.
Yeah.
And they like put the stuff on your heel to like soften it, I guess. And I didn't really, I mean, I knew they put like something on there, but I didn't know it was like a chemical. But I guess when the girl put it on, I had like a little cut or something on my heel. And so all of a sudden it starts like burning. And of course, me being me, I'm like, oh, I don't want to say anything. But then it's like really burning. So I'm like, hey, it's like, there's a little.
Hey, so this used to be on my foot and it's just hanging.
I was like very proud of myself that I spoke up. I was like, hey, there's a little burning sensation. And she was like, what? And I was like, I don't know. It's like hurting. And so she was like, oh, and like starts like, rinsing it off and stuff. And then she was like, oh, it's probably the, like, whatever it was called. She like named it. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And I wasn't trying to make a big deal because yes, it was hurting, but it also like, it's not like I knew it wasn't like she didn't do something. It's not like she cut me. And so I just had wanted her to rinse it off, and she did. And then at first it did feel better. Like it felt like the burning went away. And then so she kept doing the pedicure, and then but I still kept feeling it. And I was like, fuck, I have to speak up again. And so I was like,
I'm still signing.
I know, I'm like, it's still burning. And then she like started like panicking kind of. And there's like a whole, I don't even need to get into it, but there's a whole like backstory to that. But she like started panicking, I think. And she was like, I don't know, like maybe you have like a cut on your foot. I was like, yeah, maybe, I'm not sure. But like, it's still burning. And like, so basically she like, you know, rinsed it better and stuff, and then it stopped hurting. And I did have like a cut on my foot that I did not know about, but it basically, she poured this like chemical into my open wound, and it was like burning my flesh away. And I still was barely like,
excuse me. I don't mean to.
Moment. Sorry. Yeah. Excuse me. When you get a second,
I'm having a chemical burn right now.
yeah.
Currently experiencing in real time, a chemical burn.
So if you could, just like whenever you get a chance. If not, no worries. Like, it's okay.
I'm fine. I have another foot.
Don't worry about me. You know what? Matter of fact, I'll just go home.
Yeah, honestly.
How much do I owe you?
Yeah, I should give you extra for speaking.
Let me go get cash. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Why did I even come here? Fuck.
You're like, sit down. Let me give you a massage.
Charge me extra. Actually, yeah.
Today, I'll pay for your lost wages.
Yeah. Do you want to sue me now because I just like ruined your whole life? Like, I don't
sue me. Honestly, here's my dad's number. He's a lawyer. Call him. He'll take care of you.
He will represent you against me. I mean, at this point, why not? So, yeah. The nail salon is rough, but you know what? It's okay. I'll try to speak up next time. Or maybe they just won't burn me and I won't have to. How about that?
How about maybe you don't have to say anything because everything they do is perfect?
Yeah. How about we don't victim blame?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Why do I have to speak up? Why don't you just not burn me?
Why don't you just do your job better?
Why don't we just not put the water at 150 degrees?
Mm-hmm.
I
would like to say, so that I'm not disbarred from any disbarred? Would I be disbarred? No, because that's only for lawyers.
Because you're not an attorney, so
okay.
Banned.
Yep. So that I'm not banned from nail salons. This is a Kelly issue, not a Kyra issue. So
I'm not going to be banned because I don't complain. Why would they ban me?
I believe I have 2 weeks worth of references.
They're like, we love this bitch. She doesn't say a shit. We can do anything we want. She's going to be
and
like,
what was the name of the salon I went to?
It's fine. We can do anything. Like, it doesn't matter if we don't follow legal protocol. Like, she's never going to say shit. Get away with anything.
Yeah, if you could just let the listeners know where you were going.
Absolutely not. I ain't no snitch. So anyways, yeah, that was the week. And it doesn't look like there was anything really going on in the news that we have.
I did see yesterday that Teddy Mellencamp also they saw cancer in her lungs as well.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. 2 spots in her lung.
Yikes.
Which, like, again, I know that I said that there would be a point in time where I might be eating my words. Like, I just, like, in general, for anything in life, can't imagine you're perfectly fine. I mean, and it happens. I know firsthand people that have experienced it. Like, you are perfectly fine. Not a thing, like, out of place in your body. You feel great. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have this little thing. Let me just see, because it's like kind of not going away. And then you find out that you have cancer all over your brain and in your lungs.
I cannot imagine. It's crazy. So sad and scary.
And like, from her situation specifically, like, you just had this whole scandal. You're like, I think actively going through a divorce, but like obviously like not. And like he's been by your side. So like that's also a weird space for everyone to be in as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a lot. It's really rough. And she's little kids and
a lot, right?
Yeah. I think like 4 maybe.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, that's really
sad. Oh, we do have something in the news. Jax Taylor came out and said that he had a cocaine addiction. Like we didn't know.
I know. I'm like, that's not news.
And I saw this story today, actually, that I guess all of these women have been messaging Brittany, and through showing her stuff from throughout their marriage and post marriage of him like saying these like crazy like sexual things to people, and his response or was that he needed validation. He was saying these things because he needed so much validation from people, which is part of his problem. I'm like, no, I think your problem is being married and cheating on your wife and having a drug addiction.
The list of problems he has is endless. Like, he just, ugh. I can't even.
But he's been sober for 83 days.
Great. Congrats.
So I guess there was a little something to talk about.
Yeah. There was quite a bit to talk about in shows this week because we had a lot going on. So, Beverly Hills.
Okay. Erica's home renovation, we finally saw. Some things I loved, some things I hated. I, in general, like that designer, that interior designer. Some of the stuff still seemed dated. I didn't love the stripes on the cabana outside. I thought that like that space could have been done way, way, way better. And I don't know if it was a collaboration between the two of them. Some of the wallpaper seemed a little bit much. The bedroom looked a little dated. Like I said, I've seen this guy's work before and it's like really good. And like, I mean, just pull up Pinterest. Pinterest could have given you better ideas.
Yeah, I agree. There was at one point when she was showing her mom and then they were like showing the before and afters, there was one picture that they showed and I was like, oh, I thought it was the before.
Oh.
And I was like, and I realized it was the after and I was like, oh, that looks a little bit dated. So, I mean, it's still, of course, it looks beautiful, but it just looked
not like I'd pay a top interior designer to come in, like not like I just paid a top interior designer to come redo it.
No, but again, like maybe that's what she wanted. Like everyone's style is so different, so maybe that's what she wanted, and she seemed happy with it. And it's like her place and her, after
that god awful furniture was gone, thank God.
So she seemed happy with it, and yeah, so that was exciting. And then Kathy and Kyle went to get mammograms, which I love that all the housewives like continue to show this kind of stuff, because as we talked about on our episode that we did about breast cancer back in October, and then as we were just talking about with Teddy, like it's just important to like take care of yourself and always checks, you just never know. And so, and obviously Kathy and Kyle's mom passed away from breast cancer, and Kyle had said like their mom hadn't gotten a mammogram in 5 years. And so then by the time they found the breast cancer, like who knows how long she had it, but it was already at stage 4. And so I'm glad that they continue to show these things each season. Like it's very important to get your checks. And when you have any type of cancer, but even breast cancer, like it's this thing where, oh, you'll feel a lump. That's not always the case. And oftentimes it's not the case that you would feel something. So it's really, really, really important to be getting checked regularly.
And you should go back and listen to our episode because we talk about all of the things that you may or may not know.
Yes. So they went together to get their mammograms, and then while they were there, they were talking about the whole thing with Mauricio and the picture of him kissing the girl at the airport. And Kyle like decided to take wife out of her Instagram bio.
Which like, I'm sorry, that's so fucking petty. Like, that's your husband. Like, text him, call him, say, hey, what's up? I have a problem with this. It's like, oh yeah, he got a paparazzi pic. I'm taking wife out of my bio. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you should have taken wife out of your bio last year when you were with
Right.
allegedly with Morgan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. She should have taken it out before because she said he used to have husband and father or whatever, and he took it out. So it's like, well, you should have already taken it out. But then Kathy was like, I mean, she's always not liked him. It's
Yeah.
obvious. So she was like, in her confessional, she's like, he's not in a position to be paying people off, which I thought was weird because I'm like, I think he is.
So they said that he doesn't outright own the agency and he doesn't own he basically doesn't own anything. He's like the face of it.
Mhm.
And I think like, what did it like, it's almost, like franchises. And so
Mhm.
he doesn't have the capital to be able to do anything.
So, but I mean, like she's basically saying he's broke.
It's like one of those, like your money is real, but it's not real. Like it's not liquid, you
Uh-huh.
know?
Yeah.
Like, so like, yeah, like you are worth something, but like you can't, like if someone was like, give me $1 million, you can't give them $1 million.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So she was just throwing shade and she was kind of like, we could find out who this girl is and whatever. And Kyle was like, I don't want to. I don't want to know. Um, and then but then Kathy was also like, I mean, he's a grown single man. He could do whatever he wants.
Which I really appreciated.
I did too, because he
Give it to her
is.
real. Right.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, obviously it hurts Kyle that this happened, but at the same
That's what
time,
you wanted.
Kathy's like, well, what do you expect? Like, he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fashion show, which was, I mean, continuing on with Kathy, like she shows up and is like, I think I broke my knee. And she's just like,
I was like, where is the footage of that? Like no one caught the footage of her falling and allegedly breaking her knee.
and then she's walking completely fine.
No,
They
she was
show her
limping.
going back. Well, limping, but like she's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, not because she like not broken knee limp.
Right.
Yeah.
And she like goes. She's
Tori, you should be.
You
should
help
the fashion show. You love fashion.
And I'm gonna get up right before it starts and I'm gonna walk backstage through the main entrance of the runway and go tell Sutton, who isn't running her fashion show. I think like it's just, this is the thing. I think Kathy is funny. I do think she's funny. And when she first came on, thought she was funny. Now I think she plays too much into it and is like, because it's almost like, Paris, how it's like she plays into this character where like Paris is obviously a smart person. She's a businesswoman. She's not an idiot, but her character is to be like ditzy and flighty and and that's what she became known for, and that's what people liked and tuned into. And so Kathy really like plays into it, and it is entertaining to a point, but then it's also like, okay, come on, like you wouldn't be that stupid and disrespectful to be like, I'm gonna get up and walk backstage.
I think she would. That's what I'm like. I agree 100% with what you're saying in the sense of like, I do think that she plays into it. I do think we saw her raw season, like when she was on her first season. I 100% think that was genuine, what she did. I think she was that unaware. I really, really do. I also, my take is that she's medicating herself with something.
Maybe, yeah.
And I think that when you are of a certain level, like what's the word I'm looking for? Certain not stature.
Status.
Sure. You really don't understand life. Like you really don't understand.
You're just oblivious.
Like You know what I mean? And like because like honestly, like it was so freaking fun. I like literally died when she's introducing herself to Erica's mom. Oh, hello, how are you? I'm Kathy. Like, and like she is older, so like I think she is literally just so oblivious and like unaware of anything outside of Kathy Hilton's world and what is in her peripheral. Like,
She's
but
literally
I also at the
on
same
the
time,
runway.
but
It's
I
like,
also do agree with you that sometimes I do feel she plays into it. But I like loved that the model was like, excuse
yeah,
me.
get the fuck out of the way. Because it's also like, okay, it's like, I don't know. It's like funny, but then it's like, if I was the model, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and then Jennifer Tilly is so funny.
So funny.
When they did like the rehearsal thing, she was like, I don't think Sutton knows, like, I'm a celebrity. And like, I have walked in fashion shows and I usually just show up 15 minutes before. And like, they do all the lighting and stuff. And they're showing her like walking on the runway and stuff. And then like during the show, when she walked, she has like this like sweater dress thing and like these weird stiletto
First of all, that's a friend right there because
oh yeah,
I love you, Cal. If you ever had a fashion show and you tried to put me in something like that, I would say, okay, kindly, I'm sick. And I'm sick of you thinking I would look good in that. And I'm sick of you thinking I would wear that.
no, okay, Jennifer rocked it. She was like, I don't care, I'm doing it.
Exactly.
She shredded her stuff. She got down there. She was giving face. She was
like,
doing.
You should have called Emily from OC because what was that sizing? Like, what?
And did she complain once? No. Nope, she didn't. She just
Emily could never.
No. And Garcelle's son looked great.
Great. Oh, that's a model. That's a model.
In hee-hee-ha-haing when my mom and her friends are like, he did not break face. He looked so good.
She was so proud of him.
So proud.
Like, that was super cute.
The chiseled face. He looked so good. Like, he just looked so professional.
Totally.
So good. Worked it. He looked so confident.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and she was so proud of him. It was amazing.
Really, really quickly, we didn't talk about this, but you just saying that, like, reminded me because Paris Fashion Week was happening this week. And, like, I love to watch like fashion shows, like designer fashion shows. I have not been wowed by a lot of collections in a long time. Let me tell you, a lot of these places brands have switched creative directors this past year, and everybody, oh my God, Schiaparelli, Valentino even, which I'm not a fan, Chloe, beautiful, Balmain I have not liked in years. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, not that I'm out here purchasing any of these things. However, they were incredible, but like he looked like he should have been in Paris Fashion Week. Like he had to look like I could see him walking for Tom Ford. I could see him walking for Louis Vuitton. Like he looked so good. Like a Rick Owens. Like I think he would be so good in a Rick Owens show. So good.
And he's only 16.
He looked great. He looked
so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then of course, like, I mean, I didn't like the looks, but I think...
Who would?
Right, but I think Sutton did a good job in the sense that, like, she did what she did. It was her fashion show. Dorit is a fucking hater, as usual, in her confessional, like...
I'm right there with her. I'm sorry.
It's just...
All of them said something.
Then don't come.
Yeah, I'm going to support my friend.
Dorit's not her friend. That's not her friend.
But what they did say that regardless of this, they said the thing about this group, it might have been on the show or it was on the after show. They said the thing about this group is that regardless of what Sutton said it. Regardless of what everyone is going through, everybody always shows up for everyone in that group. So,
but they'll for sure bring that up at the reunion. I mean, Sutton will, like, that they all talk shit about her.
Because they should have, because they shouldn't have let their girl walk any of those looks down a runway.
Yeah.
And I love that they're like, she just put patches on it.
Yeah.
It was so ill-fitting.
But they didn't say that to her.
Right.
which is not a
they
good
didn't want
friend.
to well, I would have said it prior to the show, not at the show. I would
No,
have
I
not let the
know,
show
but I'm
happen.
saying yeah, exactly. None of them said anything. I'm not saying to say it at the show, but it's like none of them said it to her before the show. None of them said it even privately, I'm sure, to her after the show. They said it in their confessional, like Mean Girls. That's not a true friend.
Yeah.
That's not like, and it's not like they were like, oh, well, it's not my style. They're just like, oh, this is ugly.
So I think maybe Erica said that.
Maybe.
Like, oh, it's just like not my style, but
yeah, but like she did a good job, which is fine. Dorit was just being a hater, but it's like if you're actually a good friend, you say it to her, and that's what you're saying you would do, because I know you would. You would do that.
Oh my God, this is your dream. Keep going. Keep dreaming.
Right. Or like constructive criticism or something, but no. So anyways, moving along to Southern Charm, we are still in the Bahamas. This year of shows, this like season of shows,
they're just vacationing forever.
Oh my God. We are spending half of each season in
which like I'm pretty sure is only like a 4-day trip.
Right. Yeah. And so we're still in the Bahamas. Sienna and Shep have a conversation where they break up, but they were never together. She says that like 12 times in the conversation, like, we were never together, and he's like, I don't like labels, I don't do labels, but we have, like, he's reliving from his point of view what their relationship was, and he keeps saying, we had this connection, we were on this roller coaster going to the top, we were in love, we had passion, we had blah blah blah, and she's just kind of like looking at him like,
that's where I'm confused though, because obviously we've seen it and it seems like she is like the least interested in him a person could be. But then it was almost as if like when they were having the conversation at the table with everyone, it was almost as if like she was like, well, had he asked me to be exclusive, I would have been exclusive. You know what I mean? Like she was almost making it seem like, well, I'm shocked that he thought we were together because he never asked me. But if he had asked me, then we would have worked on it. And then like she was like giving like, oh, it could have been different if he worded things differently. But it's like, are you confused if this man likes you or not? Because what the fuck does the wording have to do with anything? Like, if you're saying if he had asked you to be his girlfriend, you would have been his girlfriend, but because he didn't ask you, you literally hate this person?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't take it.
But she was ready to get that gift. She was ready to get that gift.
She was, and she liked it.
She didn't love the gift that she got, but she was ready to get a gift.
Yeah, she
didn't
love it.
Because her whole demeanor changed.
Yeah, she didn't love it, but she liked it. I mean, I think she put it on and she thought it was whatever. If she didn't like it, I think she would have just been like, oh, that's sweet, and like put it back in the thing. But she was like, I'm going to put it on right now. And it actually was, I don't know if they showed it before. I was
going to say that. It's way better than what I thought it was.
Yeah, because it was actually like, I mean, I wouldn't wear it, but it like looked cute when she put it on. I was like, okay, that is better than I thought. I thought it was going to be actually like a tooth, like white tooth thing.
I mean, it was a tooth. And I would wear it like exactly how they, I would not purchase it for myself.
Yes.
However, if I was on vacation somewhere, I would wear it. It's like a vacation look.
Yes. And now I get, like, it was a tooth, but it was like blue and like, it was like a jewelry thing. It wasn't
not like puka shells and then a shirt.
Yes. That's what I thought it was. That's why I was very confused. And I do think that the one he got Taylor might have been more like that, though.
Well, hers was from a what? A great white?
Great white. And this one was supposedly from a Megalodon, but I don't actually think it was. Because the Megalodon, whatever, it doesn't matter. But
please tell us, our in-house marine biologist.
So I saw this thing online that was like, a Megalodon is like supposedly like so much bigger than a great white shark. And so they showed what a great white shark's tooth is, which is around the same size as the tooth that was on Sienna's necklace.
Okay.
And so they were like, she must have gotten like the smallest Megalodon tooth to exist, because it like that would be
that thing was huge. So they're bigger than that?
Yeah, a Megalodon is like supposedly like it's like this. I don't know. It's kind of
like a dinosaur.
Yes. They're like okay, to me, and this is stupid. I've like watched Shark Week before, but that's like the extent of my like knowledge on sharks, okay?
Sure.
To me, I always saw a megalodon was like what's that thing that Loch Ness, like the Loch Ness. Like I thought it was like
a mystical creature, like people like have heard that the megalodon exists.
Yes. So I don't think that's true. Like I think it is an actual thing that existed.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if they're saying, "Oh, this like
came from it," yeah.
Yes, but I do think that it was like a dinosaur type thing where it was like humongous.
Okay, so I got on a side of TikTok last night and now obviously this morning because it's like bringing up more things. Allegedly, there's this thing going on in Hollywood right now where like the elites are having dinner parties and they're eating mermaids. Right. And apparently it's like a known thing. And one of the ones that I watched, which like this one like is very hard to believe, but now I have to like learn more. They said that there's like coolers and like there's live mermaids in some of them. And like that it's like a known thing in Hollywood that people have mermaid eating parties.
Is this like Illuminati?
I mean, I don't know, but so Megalodon reminded me of that. Like, because I fully believe in mermaids.
Just so everyone knows, we are now a science podcast.
Mm-hmm. So we're oceanographers.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. So we have entered academia. I mean,
what can't we do? You know?
I just
finance, sports, gossip, Bravo, like
comedy,
finance, marine biology, education. It's just like
self-growth,
home interior, cooking, like dating advice.
I'm exhausted.
But we're happy to do it.
Because who else is going to do it?
Who is there? Anyone else that's rounded? Just well rounded?
No.
So you're welcome, guys.
Yeah. So
yeah,
anyways,
I'll update everyone next week on my mermaid eating info.
Oh, you're gonna go to one?
I mean, not to eat one,
not because to eat it, but to get the info.
I definitely I need to. I don't know, because in my mind, I've always thought that mermaids are like mean.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to be great. I do believe that they are real, 100%.
Like Mean Girls.
Yeah, like I think that they're more like evil, like versus like
they're like the witches of the sea.
Yes,
kind of like the Hocus Pocus girls.
Yeah, but like even more evil. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot more to talk about, and there's some things we cannot skip. Mm-hmm. So, but we'll get through it quickly because this episode is going to be long. Craig and Austin convo, I think, was really good. They had a heart-to-heart, and I think that was really good and genuine, but I did laugh at the end, and I thought of us because they were like, I love you, bro, and then he's like, I love you, but you're still a bitch. I was like, that is so us.
Who would be saying that?
Both, I mean, either of us. It was like really interchangeable. And then fucking Benita, she is okay. Let's just run this down really, 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 really quick. So she's at the dinner and I can't stop thinking about JT. All I can think about is he okay? Did he get to the airport? How's his blood sugar?
How's his blood sugar?
I'm sorry, what?
Does he have diabetes?
Girl, even if he did, who cares? That's not your man.
First of all, not your man.
But then, okay, so she's been going, in real time, like, oh, this edit's making me a homewrecker, all this stuff. Girl, this episode, you talked about how he has a girlfriend, yet you're still texting him and you're like, I feel bad for his girlfriend because he's texting me. So you just admitted you are talking to him, having him send you paragraphs, and you're talking and, oh, he likes me, I like him, while he has a girlfriend. So even if you didn't know and then you knew, and then that also debunks the dinner at my house where he claimed he told me he had a girlfriend after, doesn't make sense, because
also, like, it's giving, like, really desperate. And like I said in the episode a few weeks ago, her last boyfriend didn't seem like he was straight, and came out of literally thin air. And the moment we saw him on our screens, I was like, that man is not into women, which is like totally fine. But it just seems like my point in saying that is, like, I feel like she's so desperate to hold on to something that, like, every logical, obvious sign, like, she just blocks it. And it's like, we're feeling all of this one over JT, but JT with a girlfriend? And you're still acting like this?
It's very weird.
Take a note of Sienna's book.
Yeah.
Be gone.
Yeah, So, yeah. But yeah, Shep and Sienna are done. They say, I don't even know why she stayed for dinner, but they say a very awkward goodbye, and she's like, don't hate me. He's like, how could I hate you? I'm in love with you. And I was like, oh my God, please. This is so painful. Like,
I was dead when, like, he was like, oh, Sienna's coming to dinner, and Craig's like,
I mean, literally.
Like, she's gonna ruin everything.
Like, why is she still here? It's just so painful.
It's awkward for everyone.
I know. So, and then he's like, you remember Whitney? And it's just, make it stop. And Rod was like, oh, this is the best time of the night. And Sally was like, oh, when everyone's being fake. And he's like, or when everyone's being normal. And he's like, normal? Like, I think everyone's just being fake.
Because everyone's going to be.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's so true. It's like, no matter what has happened throughout the day, when they come together at dinner, it's as if nothing has happened.
I know. At the beginning.
Give Rodrigo more screen time. And thank you for replying to us and acknowledging that we acknowledged you.
Yay! Okay, Southern Hospitality, even though we got the finale and the reunion, it's like not that much happened. They had prom. That was the whole episode was about prom.
That Emmy planned, and obviously we know that Emmy planned it because she didn't go to Will's prom.
Right.
At his law school.
Right. So there was like a lot of drama in the episode, but like not really that much at the same time. Like not that much happening.
The same thing that's always been happening.
Right. It was all about Will and Emmy. TJ yelled at Will, and Will basically said, like, since we've been friends so long, I thought I was gonna be like immune from this, which is interesting because it's like you thought you're gonna be immune from your friends calling you out because you've been friends. Like, they're friends with Emmy too, and you're just a piece of shit. Grace Lily, don't like her anymore. She brought O'Sheen, and then she was screaming at Maddie.
Why would she bring him after literally just saying she made such a big mistake and she was going to apologize to Maddie's roommate about, like, getting with O'Sheen, and then
brings him. But the one thing she did that was so funny when she was talking to that girl, that other girl, I don't even know her name.
Yeah, she wasn't at the reunion either. Oh.
She was there.
No, I thought you were talking about the brunette. Yeah.
Uh-huh. She definitely was trying to, like, I mean, I know she was on the season, but she was definitely trying to have, like, a moment at prom, and, like, I don't, like her or dislike her, but I feel like she was, like, doing a little bit too much in the last episode to, like, really, like, whatever. And I was just kind of like, okay, girl, like, calm down. But when Grace was like, and the girl was like, what the fuck are you doing? I just thought that was funny because Grace just, like, is really, she was like, I'm just trying to get your bad energy.
I can't. And yeah, like,
Joe and Maddie were prom king and queen. Emmy and Will left.
What was Maddie wearing?
I don't know.
What was that dress?
What were any of them wearing at the reunion?
What were any of them wearing at the reunion?
Oh
but
my
what was
God.
Maddie wearing at prom? Like I hate in fashion when it's like a skin illusion, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But when it's not your skin tone and when it looks so thick and costumey,
yeah,
it's like, just cut it out.
It's not what it's supposed to look
like.
like.
Get a spray tan and cut it out.
Yeah. No.
No.
It did not. No.
And then we go right into the reunion. At the clubhouse, season 3, and they're still in the clubhouse.
Still in the clubhouse. The whole reunion was about Emmy and Will. Will was not there. He was there, but not.
He was there.
He was there, but not there. So once again, Emmy was left herself to defend. It's just, and then Maddie like really freaked out over this whole drama about finding out about this lie that happened last season, which even Andy was like, what is happening? Like
why was she breaking down?
She was like shaking and like,
it didn't make you look bad. No one cares about you and Trevor.
I didn't even understand what she was saying. I mean, I would be upset if I found that out.
I would be pissed that my friends for a year knew that this situation didn't happen and they used it. Like, and also too, it's like, I'd be really fucking pissed at Emmy and Will, who strategically told you the night before the reunion about something to try to, what they thought was going to take the heat off of them.
Right. But like, I don't understand
I'm so over them.
She was saying like, that it made her look so bad. I was like, what? Why would it make you look bad?
You believed your friends when they said that your boyfriend cheated on you, who had previously cheated on you in the past.
Like, it's not like I don't know.
And it's not like you regret, like, it's not like you were longing to be with him right now and like that this destroyed your relationship and like.
And he never did anything and you were like, you believed your friends and like, it was, I don't know. And then Michael's talked about his mom. That was really sad.
Really sad.
He doesn't have a relationship with his mom because he's gay and she doesn't accept him. That's really, really sad. So that, and then like TJ and Joe Bradley talked about their whole thing, which I think is important, but I think it went on a little bit too long. And I think props to Joe, honestly, and like I'm glad that Andy said like that was really brave of them to have the conversation, which we said on our episode too, because they really did a lot of like talking
uncomfortable
and making Joe
like
look. Okay, this is the thing. If Joe is or whatever
likes
gay
everyone
or anything
fluid,
yes. It is no one else's business to out that except his own. So to continue, even now, to continue talking about it is like not really okay to continue to force him to talk about it.
Because that goes based off of like essentially like what Lake was saying. Like, people don't have to declare when they're straight. Why do I have to declare what I am?
Right. And so it's
that's no one else's job but mine. I mean, like same thing that she told Michael's like, I get that this is like your journey and what you think that you want to do for your life. And this is what's like made like improvements for you, made you feel better. But like, I'm on a different journey.
Yeah. But they keep making him talk about it. And it's like, yes, he is saying he's straight and that's fine. And so everyone should accept that. But if he were to say, I don't want to continue to have this conversation, they would be like, well, that's not fair because this is TJ's journey and you're like shutting him down. And so it's just like, okay, he has talked about it enough. And I'm not saying that he's not straight. That's what he says. And that's what, I mean, I believe him. And I have no reason to not. That's what he says. But it's like, just, we need to let it go. The conversation is done and he has done enough and he has said, whatever. So I think,
I appreciated Leva, it's like everyone is trying to talk sense into Emmy. And like, Leva is just sitting there saying like, you need to worry about you. Like, yet again, you're putting Will's feelings first. Your reactions are based off of what you think Will feels like or how Will look. And it's just like, it's like she tried to, in the most respectful way, say to her, like, bitch, we see you unraveling. This man is a piece of shit. Like, worry about yourself. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I wouldn't be in a position like this. don't ever put me in some fucking type of position where my man made me look like a fool the entire season to then sit backstage.
No.
While I have to sit on TV in front of all of these people and answer for you and your mistakes again, and you still don't have my back, because a real man would have walked out there and said, everybody be nice to Emmy. Emmy has not done anything. I have made mistakes. We are handling it in our home. You know, I didn't do anything. I didn't do everything perfectly, but like, Emmy is my woman. I love her. She will be my wife. She will be the mother of my children, because that's what you want to claim. And she does not deserve any of this, because she's such a great person. And it's because of me and my actions that have led you all to believe that you could speak to her this way.
I know.
Anything short of that.
And when Andy was like, so he's quitting the show, she's like, well, he hasn't said that. And Andy's like, well,
he's not here.
If you don't do the reunion, you don't get to be on the show. So fuck you.
I died when Grace Ling was like, well, maybe this isn't the life for you. Maybe you can't be a celebrity.
My God.
Oh my God.
So
yeah, it was bleak. It was so fucking bleak for a reunion that I thought was going to be worth it, but it wasn't.
I know. So I wonder if that show is going to come back.
Oh, it will. Great ratings, but
why are they still in the clubhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, moving on to Summer House. So they did a little scavenger hunt to find out the gender of Lindsay's baby, which just seeing Carl running around the house and thinking he is going full force for his ex-fiance's gender reveal is just crazy. Like, he was really in it.
I think that's like part the competitive side and like disassociating what.
For sure. I mean, he had like, what was he gonna sit out and pout? No, right. But like, it was just like funny when you like think about it.
Yes.
So then they have this dinner, and before the dinner starts, like Danielle's there because she's Lindsay's friend, and she's like in the kitchen with Jesse, and they're talking about Lexi, and like Danielle's like trying to be a pick-me and flirt and like we're not allowed to be here alone in the kitchen, like, oh, we better go out there so no one thinks we're alone or whatever.
No one thinks that.
Shut up, Danielle. So then they're at dinner, they are wearing these bibs. And then they all start fighting.
Well, they don't all start fighting.
Paige and Kyle.
Rightfully so. And Paige reads the fuck out of Kyle. And it's just like, Kyle, just say, I should not have done that. I should not have texted you. I shouldn't have put you in the middle of anything. You are right. You have been able to maintain a relationship with me and a relationship with these other people that I don't get along with. And it is not fair to me to have said these things to you. I'm sorry. I apologize. But no, you want to double down and say that she's two-faced?
I know. And Sierra,
not my guy.
Sierra had her back 100%. Was like, when Paige walked away, and it was like, how was she two-faced? And they show the indoor camera of Paige hearing that and like turning around and being like, oh fuck no, and like comes back. Yeah, she. And
I like, as men don't really, I don't know, they don't really go through things like this maybe, or like feel the same way as women might feel, I don't know. But like, what Paige says about the fact that like she never wants to risk losing Amanda as a friend, and seeing the fallout of Amanda and Hannah not being friends anymore when the three of them were so tight, and like how she's like afraid to like, she can't have a bachelorette because the two of them can't come, and like those are her two, well, her and including Sierra, like are her best friends. Like that is like, that's really fucking real. And like it's your job and your personal life and your love life and your friendships. Like, it's so much. And God bless Amanda for putting up with her husband. I mean, that is a through thick and thin type of girl. Till death do us part, in goodness and sadness.
In sickness and in health.
Yep. Through the good times and the bad times.
In goodness and in sadness.
And that
title
are my vows.
That is our episode title. Goodness and sadness. Yeah, he is just a man child. He doubled down on his wrongness. And it was just, he was crying and I want to go home. I want to go home.
Bye.
You're 40 years old. Like,
Bye.
My guy, calm down.
Go home.
And leave the girls alone. And handle it with Craig if that's what you need to do. But shut up.
It was on an after show where, again, fucking triples down on it, because there's a part in the episode where Paige is like, he's lucky I don't fucking buy Loverboy from him. Mm-hmm. And so they asked him in the after show about that comment. And he starts going into this like business jargon, you know, of like, oh, well, does she have a proposal? Does she have, you know, what it costs and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, like saying all the things. And he's like, I'd love to hear it then. And it's like, shut up. Why do you keep insulting her intelligence? Like, she's not a successful businesswoman. Right. Like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, shut up. She too has a business that she has built.
Mm-hmm. He's, I can't stand him. But so anyways, after they're done fighting, some of the people in the house decide to go out, and Lexi and Jesse stay in. And he said that he stayed in once, and it was when he was scared he had cancer, which was funny. West goes out. He kind of like sneaks out to go off with like a girl or something. And then Danielle goes out with Emerald, the new guy, and I know, he's weird. Goes out with Emerald and who else? Carl, right?
Yeah, I think, because then Lindsay went to bed.
Lindsay went to bed, and Sierra and Paige.
Jesse wasn't allowed to go out.
Jesse and Lexi stayed in. Yeah, so they go out, and then Emerald brings the girl home. West stays out. Yeah, and so then they show Emerald like come home and like cover the camera, whatever. And they're like 4:30 in the morning. He's like, Uber's here. They never showed the girl.
Never.
And so I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Oh, and then
usually they do.
He said that he made a mistake. He goes, oh, and then I woke up this morning and I was like, no, that wasn't a good decision.
I know, that was messed up. But usually...
Yeah, so I'm glad they didn't show her, because...
I know, me too. But she must not have signed something. But usually they always show the people, even though like the next day they'll say kind of like embarrassing things about them or whatever. They always show them from like some security cameras. They didn't show her at all. And I thought, oh, well, maybe it was a man, but... He said, well, I don't know, but he said, let's get you out of this dress. So, I mean, a man could have been wearing a dress, but I thought, well, maybe it wasn't a girl and he didn't want that. I don't know. I'm just thinking, but so then the next morning, the girls were telling Jesse and West, like, he brought a girl home and they were like, here?
I'm a place, no?
Yeah, they were like jealous, like, and like joking around and whatever. And then, yeah, they were all just laughing. And then, like, I thought it was so funny that West was, like, so excited that he made Sierra laugh at the dinner. He was like,
somewhere.
He was like, oh, my God. Oh, okay. And then this happened when they went to the beach at the end of the episode. They were, like, doing a beach day. And on the way there, Jesse was in the car with the girls. Not Lexi, but, like, Paige, Amanda, Sierra. And he's, like, telling them, like, he basically is like scared of Lexi because, you know, now he's like getting deep. And he was like, my biggest fear is that she's jealous. And Paige was like, well, what gives you that impression? And he's like, well, she told me. And she's like, that'll do it. And yeah, so you can tell that he's kind of like, okay, I don't want to like change myself for somebody I just met. And like, Lexi's very much like, girls are jealous of me. And like, I don't know, it's just weird. She gives weird vibes.
I don't think she's pretty.
I think they're gonna have a interesting. Yeah. So then Traitors is over. Two of our favorites. So happy.
The episode starts where it left off last week, which was exactly what we thought, that Brittany was going to vote Danielle and that Danielle left. So Danielle gets voted off. Haha. Like, ugh, bye. Even her sign off was like, there's just too much. And then then they vote Brittany off, like they're unsure. And then Ivor, Gabby, Dolores, and Dylan all decide to end the game, which I'm so happy they did that.
I know.
And they all split the money. And yeah, I mean, it was like happy. It was like a happy episode.
Yes.
And if you guys have watched last season, like it did not end that way in last season.
No.
And then we go right into the reunion.
Okay, I don't like Danielle, but I thought she looked good at the reunion.
I was going to say, I'm glad she got her hair redone. And I think green is a good color on her. I still think she sucks. She had nothing to say that I cared about.
No.
She didn't quite, it almost was like, I still knew all this was going to happen. And I planned for it to go this way. Like I am the ultimate game player.
Right. And I planned to not win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so weird. And then when she was like, yeah, no, I swore on my grandkids.
And doubled down. I swore on them multiple times.
Multiple times. I didn't care. She's like, because I knew, because Dolores, she's really into family, and I listened to her, so I knew that would get her to be on my side.
Didn't even say I was crossing my fingers.
She's like, yeah, fuck it, death to all of them.
And then she was like, and the money wouldn't have changed her life.
It wasn't life-changing money.
I was like, okay.
And the Bob the Drag Queen stuff was weird to me too. The hate.
I'm I forgot you were even on. You were not even on this season long enough to.
But Ion too. I just what? I don't get it.
And Dorinda, the people who
no one was jealous of you.
You weren't on the show long enough for us to care. Why are you talking so much?
And I like that he was like, girl, I don't know who anyone is. It wasn't a you thing. It wasn't a Dorinda thing.
Right. But I'm also why did these people get so much screen time on the reunion? I'm I didn't even freaking remember you were on this show.
Yeah.
We wanted to hear more from Sierra. We wanted to hear more from
I wanted to hear about Sam's wardrobe choice.
Oh my God.
His glittery suit.
Sam did not say one word until we were 45 minutes into the reunion. I mean, he also said maybe 5 words on the whole entire season. I'm glad they called out Tom for
oh my God,
that whole thing. And he still didn't have any explanation for why he did that because he's an idiot.
Yes. And Tom,
they were like, Carolyn, did you see Alan that night? And she was like, no, I didn't see him. And I was like, oh shit, she really didn't. And go ahead.
That's what it was, is Tom and Kyle were on Watch What Happens Live.
Oh.
And Tom again, and Andy was like, you said after you got, after you got killed, that you were the greatest player, you did this the best. And he was like, yeah, I did. And he was like, no. Not Carolyn sleeping in a robe.
I know.
Or a cloak.
I love her. I really love her. And I thought it was sweet to see a vulnerable side of her and her just be just everything she said I liked. And I don't think Danielle respected her, and I thought it was good that she said that, and that everyone was like, we love you so much and you did a great job. And I love Boston Rob. I love that Sierra was like, oh my God, you were so hot back in the day. She's like, not that you're not now. And it was just that whole their friendship is funny, and that he had walked.
She goes, Daddy is crazy.
I know.
She was like, no, Dad. There's no daddy energy. And also I love that he was like, I think I look good today. Yeah. I think I put it together. And Andy's like, well, you could tailor the pants a little. And I was like, yeah, he definitely could have tailored the pants better. And he's like, I think I did good.
Yeah. He's, I love him. But yeah, I mean, the reunion was meh, whatever. It's no Housewives reunion. Okay.
No.
But yeah, of course, my man's still in. But then of course we found out this week that
he's off the market
for now
until
I meet him,
until Kelly and I invite him to the next mermaid eating party,
right?
So
and we find out that he is there to save the mermaids. And then so anyways, this episode was very long, but we had so much to talk about, so yay. As always, we will end the week and talk about our goals. As you guys know, we love to talk about all the gossip. But we always have to end with what we're learning and growing. So what is one thing you're working on?
Beating my output on my Peloton. I've been like really due diligent at it. And I am giving my all, which is again, like I go back to like saying like that's why I love Peloton, because it's like it doesn't matter how long you've done it for and how consistent you are with it, like it is still actively hard. So I'm really gonna try to beat my output this week because it's been months since I have.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is less screen time, mostly on my computer because I've been like working on my guides and stuff, and I'm like between that and making reels, I'm just
So good. Everything that the Scout is putting out, about to put out, is so good, guys. So good.
It's almost there. I'm excited. What is something you're looking forward to?
A lazy, rainy week. I mean, I thought we were supposed to have one last week. It ended up just being on Thursday, which was like perfect too, because I went and got my nails done, and like by the time I got in my car, it had started raining. So I was like, oh, beat the rain. Yeah. So it's supposedly like supposed to rain all week.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to my guide being done. It's not going to be done this week, but it's going to be getting closer and closer. So I'm looking forward to that. What's something that made you feel like an adult?
Meeting with legal.
Mm-hmm. I didn't have one, so I'll say that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty adultish of us. So yeah, that is all for this week. As always, make sure you are following us. Subscribe to wherever you're listening, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Make sure you comment, share with a friend, all those fun things. And if you like what you're hearing, leave us a review. All those fun things. We love that. So we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.